We want to release good music. People will love that music, and then the music will do its job, and bring people into the space.
Hello everyone. Welcome to our fifth vibration. Today is a very special day. We are having a guest from EDM Nomad and from Rave The Future. I'm really excited for today. We're gonna play some music later from their new collection, some Rave The Future music. But first, let me introduce ourselves. We are RaveFaces. This is Maxim speaking for RaveFaces. We are an NFT project, a Web3 music NFT project. We are creating a community around audiovisual NFTs, and that this community is focusing on the collaboration of its members. So we are mainly looking for artists, but everybody who is a fan of electronic music, mainly techno music, but broadly speaking EDM, which is rather the area of Rave the Future, which we will touch on a lot, or we will talk about it a lot in this space. So yeah, let me welcome our guest, Razvan, aka Kurazav. How are you, man? I realized that you're not yet a speaker, so even if you started to shout in your mic, we wouldn't have heard. Meanwhile, I'm making you a speaker. I will let everybody know that this is a weekly space that we are holding here, and you're welcome to join us every week where we talk about music NFTs, Web3, generative art, being inclusive in the space, and a lot of other topics. If you don't want to miss a next space, which is going to be, I believe, with Beatwax, really exciting. Now Web3 used to be only IRL, but now Web3 project. He's going to be our next guest. So if you don't want to miss that, please follow us on Twitter, and even better, join us on Discord. Yeah, before I forget, we are also going to give away some whitelist spots today to RaveFaces, and also Rave The Future has a special thing for you guys, but I will give you the word now, and then you can introduce yourself and say about this very special something. How are you doing, man?
Yo, what's up? Hi, everybody. So my name is Razvan, also known as Kurazav on the internet, and I'm the creator of Rave The Future, which is a NFT collection within the music industry, supported by EDM Nomad, which also is a community I built together with my brother. So yeah, I'm the co-founder of EDM Nomad as well, and we wanted to create this project, Rave the Future, uh, especially for the music community and the NFT space. So with the hope, of combining the two of them and create something special for the music industry and the crypto NFT space as a whole. What we want to create with this project, with Rave the Future, we want to have a tight community of music lovers, where we basically we want them to be the A&R of our record label, uh, which is actually a DAO. So everyone who owns at least one raver from our collection uh, will have the power, to listen to demo submissions, discuss, give feedback to the artists, and if they like the songs, they can vote it further, and the most voted song will be basically released via our record label on every streaming service and also the NFT.
That sounds awesome, but we are really going forward. First of all, speaking of rivers, could you tell a word about this very special thing that you're gonna give to our wonderful audience listening today?
Yeah, of course. So at the end of this Twitter space, we are going to choose one lucky participant, and we are going to airdrop him, a Rave the Future NFT, basically a raver from our collection. So stay
Yeah,
tuned.
that sounds awesome. Is there anything that they have to do? Should they retweet one of your pinned posts, perhaps?
Yeah, so basically they must follow us on Twitter, and retweet this space, basically. So that's all.
All right, wonderful. So Rave the Future is giving you a free NFT from their collection. As far as I understand, they are going to mint it for you and send it over. So that's our special gift for today. So you have already talked a lot about your project, but actually I'm going to jump back a bit because you were saying that you are also the founder of EDM Nomad, which is this online media company. And as I was saying, you're also involved with Evaverse, NFT, a play to earn game. So there's a lot of topics that I will have questions on because you seem like a really interesting person who has multiple sides in the game, in the EDM game and also in the Web3 game. But first of all, I wanted to ask you. I see that on your personal profile, which is at Kurazav. For the rest of the listeners, you have a very lovely ape profile picture. How did that came to be? Is that an NFT?
Yeah, so that's a character from a different project that so let's start with this thing. I've been in the Web3 game since, I don't know, last summer, and since then I've been aping into projects that I believe that they are good, like everyone else does. And that NFT from Kurosaw's profile picture it's from a project called Icon, and they are just starting. They minted like last week, and yeah, I love what they are planning to do. That's why, and also I love the art. So yeah, that's a big factor for me.
Yeah, the art is really nice. I personally really like this type of illustrations when there is really minimal color, very detailed line drawing, and beautiful shading, and a very expressive character. We have this ape with a cigar. Cool. I will check out that project. Could you say again what's the name of that project?
EY3KON
EY3KON. All right.
icon.
Icon. All right. Um, cool. So that's a fun thing. Yeah, you already started giving us a breakdown on Rave the Future, which briefly is a project which is going to become a DAO-owned EDM music label. Is it correct?
Yeah, yeah, that's it
Awesome.
basically.
So you were saying that the RaveFace, yeah, I was afraid that I'm going to mix up Rave the Future and RaveFaces. That's probably going to happen a couple of more times in today's space, but
Yeah.
I think that's only for the better. Anyhow, so as you were saying, all the Rave the Future NFT holders are basically part of the DAO, and they are the A&R, so the artist and repertoire of the label. Could you expand on that for those not in the music business? What is an artist and repertoire? What are they doing? And yeah, what's a label, or what maybe not generally what's a label, but what's your label going to do to your roster?
Yeah, so basically in the Web2, a record label is a company who, scouts for new artists, good artists, and there's a specific guy called A&R who basically does this thing, and when he, I don't know, finds an artist that has good music, they get in touch with him and sign him to the label. Now, in the Web2 game, the fans who listen to the music, they basically just do that. They listen to the music the label releases, but they don't have any power on the, which music that label releases. And we want to change that. We want to bring this power to the regular guy, who listens to the music. So we want with our NFTs, basically, if you own NFT, you get that power. You can, I don't know, you can even go out and find artists and get in touch with them, tell them, dude, come here. We can release your music if everyone likes it. And that's basically that's a lot more than what right now is happening in the music industry. So we give the power back basically to the regular guy, the music fan, the music listener, and yeah, with the NFTs we have with the Rave the Future NFTs, people can release music basically. That's it. The holders release music. They decide which song they want to release, and I mean that's something new, and that's why I guess we haven't really gathered a lot of people in our community, because that's basically that hasn't happened before. Uh,
Yeah, you have to create the path for that.
yeah.
Well, that's definitely something new then. And what are your different approaches for kind of paving this road for people? First of all, for a random dude who likes going to parties to like check on the DJs or perhaps the producers creating the music, and I'm contacting them that, hey dude, we could release your music. What would be the incentive for these type of random people?
Yeah, so as we create this record label, this DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. Uh, what's interesting, we are very transparent about, yeah, that basically that's a DAO. We basically want to give the this 80% of the royalties. Right now in the music industry, that's a lot lower than that. So yeah, we give them the artists, we release 80% of the royalties, and the rest, the 20%, that goes back to the DAO treasury. So yeah, we as creators, we don't get anything from that. It goes back to the treasury, and who has the power over treasury? The holders as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So let me get that right. So 80%. So let's say suddenly I have for some reason 1 million streams on Spotify. I earn, I don't know, $1,000, whatever that is, and then 800 of those dollars goes to me as an artist, as Cypern, let's say, as my artist name goes, and then 20% goes to the treasury. But those people are who are the ENR. What can they do with this treasury? Do they receive salaries from that, or they can use that kind of treasury for something else?
yeah, so basically we thought about spending that. I mean, voting on the proposals. The holders vote on that. We basically wanted to kickstart it by I don't know, giving grants to artists, uh, even giving grants to visual artists who we can onboard to create the visuals for the songs. But yeah, about the salaries, the income, they could vote on it if they wanted to receive income, from the treasury. They can propose that, and they will all vote. I mean, it's everything. It's community owned. They do what they want with the money, and that's really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. So basically, you're creating this fund. That's also very important for us as well, for RaveFaces. That's one of the reasons why we came to Web3, why we came to the NFT scene, is that this is a very new way of bringing funds from the world to a particular cause. Our cause, as I was saying earlier, is collaboration, of bringing artists, both musicians, producers, and visual artists together to collaborate. And we are going to have 4 different types of events, which I'm going to touch on, I believe, a little bit later, for this kind of collaboration. But yeah, this is a very very important part of the NFT scene and these type of projects, of getting the funds, because previously you could go to Kickstarter, or you could have, I mean, you can still do that, and you can go the way of raising money through VCs, and then obviously they will have a say about the project. But going the DAO way, again, is a very very new approach, probably new for many of your audience, as I remember you were saying when we were talking about EDM Nomad. Um, I want to talk a little bit about your NFT specifically. So far we have touched on the utility of the NFT, but we haven't talked about the art itself. as far as I understand, the art is a PFP of this raver girl. Um, could you speak a little bit about the art of the NFT?
Yeah, of course. So we had one of the greatest artists in the world, basically, who did this who did the art for us. So we have in total over 2,200 attributes, and ranging from hair, eyes, mouth, face, even neck, and then body.
Can you
So
reveal the name of the artist?
yeah, so his name is Chubasan. I hope I pronounce it correctly. He's a great artist. He's from Russia, and yeah, he really did a great job with those. Uh,
How did you choose him, or how do you know him?
yeah, that's funny because I found out about him on a different project, and I like the art. I found out he did the art for that project, and I got in touch with him. I told him my idea, and he accepted, and he was really fast, with creating the art, and I really loved it. So yeah. All right. So what more I can say about that? Yeah, we have funny thing. We have five different skin types. So if you look at my profile picture on Rave The Future, we have the human skin type, and we also have Android, Mutant, Galaxy, uh, Human, and then we have the Genesis one, which is like one out of one skin type. And for each skin type, we have released one song, one official Rave The Future song for each one, and basically each skin type has an anthem. The songs are released on our. You can find, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube even. And if you type Rave the Future, you can find the songs. And what we wanted to create with this specific feature is that we release the songs for each skin type, and those who actually mint those skin types, between those skin types, there's we call them the queens. We have a human queen, the Genesis queen, the Galaxy queen, the Mutant queen, and the Android queen. And those who mint those queens, they get the anthem for that specific skin type as a NFT, and then some more rewards. Yeah, so we basically wanted to to create something around that.
Let me get back to that. So I'm minting an NFT, which I'm getting a JPEG, which is the PFP, the picture of the one of the girls with one of the skins. And the side of that, I'm also getting, let's say, an MP3, which is the anthem. So that's a separate NFT. So I'm minting two NFTs at the time.
Only if you mint the queens, which are basically five out of the 10,000.
Huh. All in all, yeah, all in all, there is 10,000.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Awesome. And yeah, so yeah, my next question would have been if there is music, but then you're saying that there is only music for these five women. Then the question automatically arises for me: if you are forming a community around EDM, why did you choose to make a visual NFT instead of a music NFT? Meaning that maybe you could have made 10,000 songs instead of 10,000 profile pictures. Why did you go this route?
Yeah, so we basically wanted to create an identity for our project, and for each holder we have, for each, they are basically owning the DAO. We wanted them to have that, that identity. We wanted them to have that, well, this is my identity here. This is who I am, and I'm, owning this DAO record label. So yeah, we wanted to start with this, and then everything else, the music.
Awesome. And while we were speaking, oh man, he left. I followed Chubasan on Twitter, and I invited him to the space, and he even joined now, but I think he already left. But that would have been really cool if we could ad hocly add him to the speakers, and he could have said a few words on the project. Would have been a surprise, I guess, to everyone. All right. Um, awesome. So we have these NFTs. I think this is the right time for me to play one of your songs. And I have listened to all 5 of your songs, and I have a favorite one. It's the Android. I will have to
Yeah.
check. I think it was the Android. Yeah, an Android, and my second favorite is Genesis. So these are pretty short songs, around 2 minutes. So I'm gonna actually play both of them, and then we can continue chatting about Rave the Future. All right, here go the songs. Woohoo! So this was Android, and now I'm
Yay.
going to follow with Miss Genesis. Woohoo! So I'm fucking
Yeah,
partying
that's
already.
nice.
This was Genesis, and the previous song was Android from Rave the Future. Can you tell us who is the music artist behind these songs?
Yeah, of course. So the music producers who did these songs for us is called Neolux. You can find him everywhere on social media, and he's actually really great. I mean, some really dope music. Uh, what we wanted to, to express with these songs, we wanted to, for example, the Android. We wanted to have the song, have that cyberpunkish, industrial, I don't know, brave, vibe. For the Genesis one, we wanted to have that, I don't know, meta sound like primordial, I don't know, boom, before everything came to be. And I guess that's really nice. I mean, I love the songs. I fell in love with them since I heard the drafts, and I love them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are really dope. The production is awesome. The music is awesome. Heads up for the artist. Yeah, I'm really into this drum and bass vibe, but I also liked when Genesis is starting with this kind of jungle, and then or breakbeat, and then suddenly okay, now it's time to psytrance.
Yeah.
That's a really big turn, and I was really surprised when I first heard that. But they are awesome. All right. Yeah, and you were telling me that one of these songs has already 1 million streams on Facebook. Which one is that? Do you know by heart?
Yeah, I guess it's Android, if I'm not mistaken.
Android. Okay, so that's also my favorite.
Yeah, it was the first one released, and we I don't know, we shared it on Facebook, and everyone liked it.
Awesome. Um, mhm. Let me browse through the questions. Perhaps let's continue with what the future might hold for the rave scene that both of us are in Web3. So yeah, let me approach this question from the side that earlier yesterday when we were chatting on our project, each other's projects, you were saying that you were trying to bring EDM Nomad on board with this project, and or maybe it's better to say that you were advertising this project for all the EDM Nomad readers, but you found that they are not ready for Web3. What do you think? How could we community leaders onboard these people, and what are the steps that we should make sure that we take and we do right so that we get them interested, and then we get them excited, and then we get them be active in the space.
Yeah, good question. So, yes, the first thing we have to do applies to every, to Web3 game and all the other stuff. We have to get rid of, the term NFTs and I don't know, all this, slang, per se, that we in the Web3 space are using, because that's creating, a really big barrier between Web3 and Web2, because uh, basically it's like a bubble. We have the Web3 bubble and the Web2 bubble, and they don't intersect that much. I mean, it's everyone with their bubble. uh, I don't know, honestly, but I think that's what, I don't know, keeping the Web2, music listeners and the fans in that space, and they don't have the courage, I guess, to get here in the Web3, because they all see all this stuff, JPEGs, money, uh, Web3 NFTs, all these terms, they get confused. And on top of that, I guess they also see the scams that happen in this space. The rug pulls, the scams, I don't know, the hacks and all that stuff. And that's really, I don't know, keeping them uh, not interacting with the Web3 space. Uh,
Yeah, speaking of scams, well, obviously the reason why this is making people scared about the whole Web3 thing, that there is scams and rug pulls and crypto and all these technical terms, blah blah. Perhaps EDM Nomad as a media outlet should take the steps towards educating people on these, perhaps educating in a way that they get rid of all the terminology and slangs that you were saying, or perhaps in a way that they talk about the projects that do work, and there are obviously much more projects that work. I mean, I don't know, I don't want to throw numbers, but there's definitely a lot of projects that do work out and are not rug pulls. Um, Hopefully the ratio is positive towards the working projects and not the rug pulls. What do you think could be the role of EDM Nomad in this situation?
Yeah, so what we want to do is basically pretty simple. Uh, we just listen to that solution, which basically is music. We want to, with the holders we have and the holders we will have in the future, which are basically, those few people who listen to music and are as well into Web3 game. Uh, we want them to contribute and help us, choose the music we want to release. And then with EDM Nomad, we want to promote that music. And when we are doing that promotion, we aren't, mentioning any Web3 game, NFTs, or even, we just mention Rave The Future, and that's the music released via Rave Future. And I guess that's what we have to do and what we are going to do in the future. I mean, we are already doing that. Just push music to the people, and and music basically speaks for itself. We want to release good music. People will love that music, and then the music will do its job, and bring people into the space, will, which will make them, the music will make people curious, what's this thing, who released this. Uh, they will search for the, for the title of the song, the artist, and then they will see Rave the Future. Oh, what's this? Oh, cool name, Rave the Future. Let's Rave the Future, and they will get, into the rabbit hole, I guess, I suppose, and they will find out more about, the DAO, record label. They will find out more about the all this stuff, NFTs. They will see the art of the very future, which is basically really great, and they will slowly but surely, I guess, they will get here, and they will join the Web3 game, which basically, I don't know, as I said earlier, let's not mention Web3, NFTs or all that. They will just join the Rave The Future community. And that's, I mean, if we do that, I will be satisfied personally.
So now I'm checking the Rave the Future profile, and the RaveFaces profile. When you're on Twitter, you have to set your location, and Twitter is much more flexible with that than, for example, Facebook, which only lets you set real addresses, which is really annoying. Also Instagram, but Twitter lets you set really anything. You can type anything. You don't have to select from a list. And RaveFaces has Web3, and Rave the Future has the metaverse. And yeah, just wanted to point that out. It's basically it's the same thing, I guess, from our point of view, but still. Anyhow, maybe I'm going off topic here. It would be better, perhaps from my side, if I could underline this brilliant notion that you were talking about, that which is super basic, as you said, that music, art should bring people in. I really love that you said that.
Yeah, we basically
We
have just, the music here. We listen to the music, we love music, and that's all that's all we should do,
Yeah, push music, don't push these fucking 3 letters NFTs. That was 4 letters anyhow. And Web3 and crypto and Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And whatever that MetaMask wallet. Like even we used to be afraid of MetaMask wallet. Now I could say that I'm relatively fluent with it, but I'm a relatively tech savvy person. But you know, and I'm not saying that I'm trying to onboard my grandma to be a part of the community and invest into an NFT so that can be the entry for them. But regular people. So I really like this approach, and I will definitely meditate on it a little bit of how we can rephrase our communication with RaveFaces, so that it's less about the tech, even though I'm super excited for the tech, and more about the art. I mean, yeah, I will give these a second thought because this is really, really important, and I have to underline it for myself.
Yeah, so basically the technology, as you said, is really great. I mean, I'm in love with it as well, and I'm really curious, to see where we end up in, like, I don't know, 2 to 5 years in the future. But as you said in the beginning, I'm like in this space a lot, and I love also, games, Web3 games, and this applies for the Web3 games as well. For game studios who release games, uh, with NFTs in their games, with cryptocurrencies, all that stuff. Uh, this will work for them as well. So, no mention of NFTs. Cryptocurrencies and all that stuff. Just release a good game, a fun game that people love playing, and have NFTs blockchains, cryptocurrencies, under the hood. These stuff work very well under the hood without any mention. So new players don't find, oh, this is an NFT game. I just don't want to play it. I don't want to find out more about it, even if the game will be fun and he will enjoy it. So yeah,
Speaking of games, what is Evaverse? What's your involvement in it?
yeah. So Evaverse or Evaverse uh, is a Web3 game that launched like last year.
Did you hear
Sold.
yourself? You said it's a Web3 game.
Yeah, yeah, right, correct. We have to, to think about it more carefully. But in this context, I mean, I think it works. Uh, it's a game, let's say, that released their game last year in July. So basically, it's almost 1 year. Uh, and together with the release of their game, they also launched 10K characters, which basically are NFTs. Uh, I found out about the game like, back then, since even before they released the game. And I was pretty active in their Discord. I was really hyped about these, NFTs and gaming. Basically, it's the first Web3 game I'm involved with and I played. Uh, so yeah, the actors of Eververse are coming from Riot Games, League of Legends and all that stuff. They are developers. They were developers there. Even Overwatch and Ubisoft and all those game studios, and they want to to create literally the intersection between fun gameplay and play to earn mechanics. Uh, and now my involvement with Eververse is that I'm just a regular investor in their game. I have a few characters, and also I'm a Discord manager on their Discord. But it's just like a community role. I'm not paid for that. I'm just doing it because I love it, and that's all.
Awesome. Awesome. We are getting closer and closer to the end of our space. We still have 15 minutes left. So I thought maybe this is a good time to give our whitelist spots from RaveFaces to our lovely audience. So I see Andrea and Monica who have been here, I believe, since the beginning of today's space. So thank you very much for joining us. If you are interested, and I'm guessing you are interested since you have been here in the past hour or so, the RaveFaces NFTs, please join our Discord and just tag me and as by Maxim, or just I will see if you write in the general chat and claim your whitelist spot. So thank you, girls, for joining very much. And perhaps this is a time for another song. What do you say, Razvan?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
LFG.
Yeah, let's do. How about a human? Woohoo! So
Yeah,
that
this
was
is
the
one of my
song
favorites.
called Human Yeah, it's really lovely. I was thinking meanwhile that I looked up Neolux on Twitter, and his description is saying, "I am the storyteller, and hardstyle is my language. Stay a while and listen." How many faces can a producer have? like,
Yeah, so with Neolux, he's producing mainly hardstyle, but he has some other aliases, where he releases even techno, I guess. And yeah, he's really great.
I will definitely contact him. I hope that he can join RaveFaces at one point and be a collaborator. All
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Um, Before closing today's space, I want to say a couple of words on our project as well. And then I think after that, I will, then maybe you can give the free NFT that we have been teasing, and I will have a last closing question to you about the future of Rave and the future of Web3, not Web3. Yeah, I will try to figure out the question.
Yeah,
Until
it's
then,
hard.
um, yeah. So the let me find myself. Yeah. So we are about to publish all four of our events with RaveFaces. One of them being Vibrations, which you're listening to right now. This is our weekly um, Twitter space. And then the next one that we are going to be launching is the Collective Artist Date. If you have heard of the book The Artist's Way, that's our main inspiration. That's a brilliant book which is aimed towards the everyday Joe, basically, who might have lost his creativity, be an artist, that doesn't matter. This book provides different practices for finding back the path towards his creativity. So I can highly recommend this book to anybody listening to this podcast. Probably you're interested in arts, and most probably you have a creative side which you are either practicing as an artist or maybe you are hiding somewhere, but this book might help you get back on board with your creative self. Anyhow, inspired by this book, and the artist date that is talked about so many times in this book, I came up with the idea of the collective artist date. So I'm in another community called the Song Camp, which is a really amazing collaboration of lot of musicians. I love that community, and they have these artist way meetings, and so there came up the conversation of there's all of these artists who have been artists for their whole life, but still struggle to find time in their everyday life to spend time with their art. And me being an artist and having all the duties during the day, I really can connect with that. So I came up with this idea of a collective artist date when we spend time together and just do our all own creativity. Let our own creativity take us away and work on our all own stuff, but still we do it collectively in the same being the same visual space. So that's gonna be happening on Discord. The first one is gonna be on this Sunday, same time as our Twitter space. So it's 10 p.m. CET and it's 4 p.m. New York time and 1 p.m. Los Angeles time. So I'm really hoping that some of you might join us on our Discord. It's a really casual meeting. We might not even talk, or maybe we'll talk. It's just us coming together, spending 1 or 2 hours with our own creativity, and perhaps we can also have a chat, a conversation on Discord. But that's secondary. The main thing is that we spend time with our own creativity. So that's the collective artist date. And the next event is going to be called Symbiosis. This is the event where we are going to have all our creative experiments with RaveFaces. So that is going to be, for now, open to everybody who is in our Discord. Later, it's going to be exclusive only to our RaveFaces NFT holders. And basically, this is really about experiments, about jamming if you're a musician, or jamming if you're a visual artist. I have a lot of crazy workshop ideas that I've been gathering throughout the 6-7 years I've been teaching in university visual arts that I haven't yet managed to try on my students. Actually, one of my students was joining this space earlier. He's a really cool visual artist, and he was also actually teasing some music when he was graduating. So I'm really curious what he's doing now. Anyhow, so that's gonna be Symbiosis. We are gonna be launching those in around 2 3 weeks. We don't yet have a date, but very soon they are coming too. And last but not least, we are going to have the RaveFaces rituals. This is our perhaps most important event. This is gonna be the event where we're gonna be opening a call. We're going to have an open call for artists from around the world to join us and contribute to the RaveFaces art. Um, yeah, so I'm really excited on all of these. And I think I'm already struggling finding my words, so I'm going to give you the mic, Rave the Future, Razwan, to perhaps give away your NFT, and then I will have one last question to you, and then I will play a closing song from Rave the Future.
Yeah, so great stuff. Yeah, I really love your work with RaveFaces. All right, so I guess we have Insane Hits, Monica, and Andrea. We have in our
Insane
audience.
Hits, sorry to interrupt. Insane Hits is with RaveFaces. He's our developer, so definitely don't include him.
All right, so only Monica, Andrea. I guess I can do a random number generator. All right, 1 second. 1 and 2. So yeah, drum rolls. Right. So we have Monica, who's the winner. So yeah, Monica Blanca, if you're here, I guess you're here. Send me your public wallet address to this account to Rave the Future in via DMs, and I will send you the reward.
Awesome. Congratulations, Monica Blanca. Thank you very much for listening. And by the way, I've invited both of you to speak. So if you have any questions, any thoughts to share, you're welcome to join. Last chance because we are finishing off soon. So my last question to Razwan is, where do you see Rave the Future 1 year from now?
Oh man, yeah, good question. Honestly, I would like to see it because you never know the space. But I think 1 year from now we will continue doing what we do right now. We will release music. Uh, we will onboard new people into the space. Into the community. We will onboard new artists, and not only music producers and DJs. We want to create as I said before earlier in the space, that we want to include visual artists as well, to the community. So and give them their art some highlights, into the project, like creating the cover arts for our music. Uh, Other than that, I guess hopefully we do. I mean, I would love to onboard new people into this space and with the future. And if I can do that, and if we can do that, yeah, I love it, and I'd be happy.
Awesome. That was a nice summary to the end of this space. Before I play Mutant, your fourth song on the list, actually, there's one more, which I haven't played today. That's Andromeda. Then you girls, guys, you will have to go out yourself and check out that song. There is something else that I'm not showing, not revealing. But as you were saying, yeah, we didn't say that. You have a song coming up, right? Right?
Yeah,
We
that's
should,
correct.
should have talked about that.
Yeah, we totally missed it. Yeah, so it's coming out like early July, and it's from a really talented guy. Just keep an eye on our socials and on our Discord even, and yeah, you will be able to listen to it really soon. It's a really great song. That's all I can say.
All right. Thank you very much, Razvan, for joining us as Rave the Future. It was our pleasure having you, and I look forward to collaborating with your project in the Rave Future. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna play Mutant now, and that's gonna be our outro song. So I'm not gonna speak anymore after that. Thank you everyone for joining, and see you on Sunday on the collective artist date, same time as the vibration, and then after that, see you on Tuesday on the next vibration with another amazing special guest. Bye bye.